I think we're live. Are we live, everyone? Yes, we are. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new stream, and that is right. We are live on this beautiful April 22nd, 2024. I hope everyone's having a phenomenal day, night, afternoon, midnight, wherever you are in the world. I'm certainly having a great day myself. And it is time that we talk about the 2024 presidential election, because a new political article was released like a day ago. And just read that headline. Biden steps up Hispanic outreach as warning signs flash. So I want to talk about this because this is pretty significant. Plus, we got to talk about what's happening in the House. There's a lot of stuff happening. And of course, there will be a couple people in the Discord joining soon. And yeah, now before we continue with today's stream, I hope you enjoy these type of streams. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Again, folks, all support is greatly appreciated. And of course, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or just want to support the channel even further, the best way is to send a super chat via the chat. Again, I'll try to read through as much of chat as possible, but usually super chats are the best way to get your questions answered. So I hope and recommend you support the channel either way. And we do got a couple super chats. There was one from last stream that I forgot to read, so I'm going to read it here. Maryland Degati 83 for 2. Do you think the filibuster is dead? If Democrats win this cycle, yes. If they don't, I would assume it stays. I would assume so, theoretically. Okay. Alright, I think James just joined. Yes, he did. Yep, James is here.
Hi, I just realized my audio is broken, so I'm going to actually have to rejoin, but...
Whatever. So, yeah, we were just starting the stream, got a couple super chats. A glitch Eevee for 2. Oh, I gotta talk about this right off the bat. Congratulations on your most successful video yet. Okay, should I talk about this? Listen, I had no intentions of that video blowing up. But somehow, I don't know how it happened, the algorithm for once was friendly, and that New York video I posted, like, 24 hours ago has, like, 118,000 views. I don't know how that happened. I don't know what Google is cooking, but, talk about New York apparently, is friendly to the algorithm. But I do gotta say thank you to everyone. That is my first ever video that reached 100,000 views. It's like 117. Good lord. It just keeps growing.
Yeah, no, it's I saw it this morning, and I was like, that has to be wrong.
No, I thought it was a glitch. I thought, oh, that's YouTube, like every time they say that there's 15,000 people watching the stream, I thought it was like that. No, it's legitimate.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, I thought it was like some sort of glitch, and I kept refreshing the page. Like, I refreshed the page a few times, and it still had it. And I was like, and I was really surprised.
Yeah, so, I'm still shocked at that. I'm assuming it's a fluke, but that was, I would say, I can't really go into details about analytics because YouTube, but that is the best day we've ever had. Better than frickin' the 2020 election, or 2022.
Yeah.
It was a big day. I'm shocked by that. But, I don't know how it happened. It wasn't clickbait, by the way. People were saying that's clickbait. It wasn't. I didn't say it was good, you know. I did say, like, red New York question mark, but I didn't say in the video that, oh, Trump's gonna for sure win. I never said that. But, point is, somehow that worked. I got a lot of views off that video, so thank you for all the support. There's, like, a bunch of new subscribers. Thank you. Share with your friends. I don't know how that happened. Pale for 2, good job. The video with Trump surged, lol. Yeah. I still can't believe that worked. I should say that worked, that it actually blew up like it did. Because most of my videos get, like, nowadays, like, 2,000 to 3,000 or something. You know, I was expecting, okay, you know, it's a different subject. Maybe it's a couple thousand more. Yeah, that didn't happen. Prince is right for 5. Johnson needs to go. Betrayed us on Feist and Ukraine, and now the Bows is fundraising for Gonzalez. He's now McCarthy bad. We will talk about the Gonzalez stuff in a second. We will have a couple Texas people in the stream. But that's gonna be in a little bit. Let's see here. We need Halo. Oh gosh, I forgot about that. Alright. Enough of that. Thanks again for all the support. I don't know how that happened. 100,000 views in a day. Just insane. I never thought I would reach that point, but here we are. Alright. So I do want to talk about some bad news for the Biden campaign. Now, this is something that I would assume most people have thought, or I should say thought about. They've with eyes. If you have eyes and IQ above 5 points, you know that Biden has some big problems with Hispanic voters. It's getting so bad that apparently his campaign is going all in on the Hispanic vote this cycle. Again, listen, this is from Politico. This isn't, Fox News. This isn't, from Trump HQ. This is from the campaign itself. They told Politico, we're going to focus heavily on Hispanic voters. Now, does that sound like, the Hispanic vote is actually shifting Democrat? That's a fluke. I still don't get why people think that that's magically a fluke, what happened with Hispanics in 2020. But they seriously think that's just going to revert. Yeah, I'm sure a campaign that's saying this is, they know for a fact it's going to revert magically.
I've seen so many people say that it's just incumbency and that like they'll swing to Biden because he's the incumbent and they just will always vote for the incumbent, but that makes no sense. I think it's kind of obvious that like I think what it is just they held more conservative views for a long time, but they always voted for Democrats more out of identity than out of policy. But they've started to care more about policy, and since the Democrats since they're more conservative than your average Democrat, they're starting to move toward the Republicans.
Yeah, and these people just outright deny it. It's like every statistic. Voter registration is the best example. It's like the states that have like that by party ID by race. It shows Hispanic voters are going Republican, not by a little bit. New registers are going towards Republicans by a lot. This isn't just, a one-off occurrence. So,
Yeah, yeah, I've seen a few of those numbers. Yeah, it's like I mean I think it's just that there's a lot of the Hispanic population, especially that are like more like I guess like second generation or also have been in the country for a lot longer, just tend to be more conservative.
yeah, well, it's just one of those things where there's actually new polling where, and again, this was from just one poll in Texas, but immigrants were actually voting more Republican than second generation voters, which is just bizarre,
Yeah. Oh yeah, that yeah, I think I saw that. That is bizarre.
but I'm just saying, like, you look at stuff like that, it doesn't, like, I'm not saying that Trump's going to win the Hispanic vote. I mean, some states he might, but this idea that this is just a fluke and that, Hispanics are actually going to shift back Democrat, not going to happen. Sierra Tan has been a member for 10 months. Thank you so much. Prince Right for 5. Breaking. USA sending military advisors to Ukraine. Kelvin Coolidge Project. Are you freaking kidding me? Is that real?
I mean, I can check the Calvin Coolidge
Yep,
project.
it's real. Well, we got such a great government, everyone. Wrong thing. Sorry about that. Let me pull this up. Are you freaking serious? I thought we were done with this crap. I thought after the aid they weren't going to do anything else. But no, we have to send our military advisors. Yeah, sure, that's a good idea. Surely nothing bad can happen. Let me pull this up. Yeah, apparently it's real. Let's see. Kelvin Coolidge Project. Here it is. Okay. There we go. Found it. All right. Let me just pull this up here. I mean, I just cannot believe that we're doing all of this for a country, Eastern Europe, that historically has been best buddies with Russia before, like, 2014. Just unfreaking believable that we're doing this. I thought the whole point was we weren't going to get involved directly. Why are we sending military advisors?
At least from what I've seen about the Biden administration, it's that there's like the main conflict that's going on is between Jake Sullivan and Anthony Blinken, where Jake Sullivan is saying that like Jake Sullivan thinks that if we send more aid to Ukraine, that it'll start a war with it'll start a nuclear war with Russia, while Anthony Blinken is encouraging Biden to send more aid. So apparently, like behind the scenes, there's been a lot of conflict between the two.
I did not
Over
hear about
that.
that.
I saw something about it like a week or two ago.
Yeah, so I just can't, like, but the whole thing is, like, why are we sending advisors? I thought the whole point was we're just gonna send aid, but we're not gonna put boots on the ground. We're not gonna go anywhere near it. I thought that was the whole argument from some people. I don't get why we have to send advisors. Like, what's the point of sending advisors? I just don't get that. Unless they want to get involved. That's the only way I can see this making any sense. Chat, what do you got to say? What does everyone got to say about this? Because it's baffling. Absolutely baffling. We're doing this. Let's see. Breaking my legs. Doesn't matter if 10 million illegal immigrants are proven to be registering for voting. If Republicans don't stop it, Trump will lose. That's okay. I'm not gonna get into that, but that's just bullshit. I will say flat out that is a misleading statistic. Just that was being spread by a BS account. They made it up, and then some big account got to it, and yeah.
Which statistic?
It was like a thing where they were saying like a bunch of illegals were registering to vote, but it turns out like they weren't.
Yeah, I mean, I think like because normally at least I think in most states you do like I don't know. I'm pretty sure in most states you do need an ID to register.
Yeah, so I don't know. And it looks like the fellow Texan has arrived, Mr. Ye. So yeah, we were just talking about the fact that we just sent military advisors to Ukraine. Woo! World War III. I'm kidding, but I thought the whole argument, like I said, was we are not going to get involved. That this aid was going to be the aid and that's it. No more, involvement from us. Why the hell are we doing this?
I was reliably informed that we would not have to send soldiers or advisors to Ukraine if we gave them $30 kajillion, and then we gave them the money, and now we're still gonna go to war with Russia over this.
I mean, this is insane.
That just fucking fascinating?
No matter what, Ukraine's gonna lose.
Rap. You're acting surprised. You're acting like this is not the Biden administration.
Well, no,
I don't think you understand.
I'm just baffled at how stupid these people are.
You should not be surprised that the establishment that has spent the last 40 or 50 years justifying invasions and wars and conflicts is all of a sudden in favor of a war.
I guess, but you would think that, with Biden polling numbers, worrying so much about his polling numbers that he wouldn't want to start a war. But is that the theory that, if he starts a war, he's going to be popular? Is that his theory?
Well, I mean, wartime presidents really are never unpopular.
Well, that's the thing is, though, it depends on, what type of war and what exactly happens. A war with Russia would not be popular.
War with Russia, I don't know. You would probably win over quite a few swing boomers, but he would have probably,
killed us all by then.
Yeah, no. The 18 to 24 crosstown, all the pollings probably comes true if Biden goes to war in Russia.
Yeah, because they would probably get drafted. 18 to 24-year-olds, including myself, were probably getting drafted. That's just awful, but I just can't believe, that they think this is going to somehow work in their favor. It's not. This war should end. If they really care about saving civilians and stopping the killing, they would have ended the war years ago. But they don't want it to end.
This war has been phenomenal for defense contractors and pretty much every corporation, every conglomerate that's ever made a pretty penny off of war is flourishing right now.
Yeah,
there is no reason for them to give up on this conflict. And I will say about the whole Ukraine thing, it's we're dealing with everyone in Congress was alive during the Cold War, or most of them were at least. And Biden is quite literally a Cold War era politician. What do we expect? War with Russia has been this absolutely fucking pariah of this entire country since the end of World War II.
I guess. Let's see here. Prince is right for 5. It's easy. Biden becomes a wartime president to motivate boomers who are lukewarm on Trump to vote for Biden instead. And yeah, that's, I guess, the theory that does make sense, kind of. But then at the same time, a bunch of, military-aged men and women would just vote against him for it.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah, Biden is banking on Gen Z hating Trump so much that they're going to vote for Biden anyways. Which, that's not a bad theory. Trump is not particularly popular with young voters because, they're fucking stupid. But that's not to say that, if a war actually does break out, Trump's not going to make pretty big gains because he's not the president that's going to send you to fucking die for Ukraine.
Yeah, and I think that's if that does happen, I think that's just going to kill Biden's chances. I really think that because yeah, he does slightly better with like boomers, but at the same time, he's just gonna crash and burn with every other age group. Like the boomers that they didn't want to go to Vietnam, but they want to send your boys to die in Ukraine. Yeah, they
Yeah, the people
love
who
it.
the people who dodged the draft in Vietnam, which I'm not going to get into the specific, morality of doing
Yeah,
so. But the people who dodged the draft in Vietnam are now drafting you to go fucking die for some corrupt foreign shithole halfway across the country, which I would remind you guys should probably be funded by, Europe, the country actually, the continent actually involved in this conflict, and not, fucking America. Why are we funding this shit?
I don't
Well,
know.
Europe has actually outpaced the United States in
Yeah, but
Ukraine
freaking that's
funding.
their job.
Finally, it's not like they're twice the population of the United States, and also, actually bordering the countries involved in this place.
That's their
Like,
problem.
Well, I mean,
what's Europe's population?
I
Is
mean,
it
I
like
mean,
600 million?
forgot what the population of the EU is.
I mean, it's fucking ginormous. I mean, I want to say it's twice the size or close to it of the United States, and it's also
it's
their
400. It's about 100 million more people than the U.S.
100 million more. Okay, is that the EU or is that Europe?
That's just the EU.
Yeah, so that's gonna be
Okay.
like way more.
I want to say Europe as a whole is probably pushing 500 million. But still, like I said, they have a higher population than America. It is quite literally happening on their continent. They're not separated by an entire ocean that's, hundreds of thousands of miles. But we've just decided, hey, this conflict has nothing to do with us outside of Hunter Biden's, links to Ukraine. This is gonna be where we're gonna die on. We're gonna start a nuclear war because Hunter Biden was given a job by the Ukrainian government
Just
fucking 10 years
insanity.
ago.
And this is the thing that's like, at least like, don't be so open about like the corruption. Like, at least try to hide it. They don't care. They're so lazy. It's like, oh yeah, wait, by the way, my son worked for the Ukrainian like oil industry like 20 years ago. It's like, yeah, that's a real good sign.
Oh, by the way, I have no connection to him, though. Definitely, guys.
I'm sure.
I remember whenever Biden went on fucking national TV and said, "I have never had any discussion with my son on his business dealings." And then like a week later, a video, like a voicemail or like a recorded phone call comes out where he's discussing his business dealings with Hunter. It's like, I think most of the Hunter Biden shit is kind of just a LARP. Like, oh my god, more Hunter Biden cockpits. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. That just shows that just shows that Joe Biden's a bad father. But no, like I care about the actual business dealings because I really don't think we should be. It's no coincidence that America is so hell bent on funding Ukraine, considering the president that's in power and his connection to the country.
Let's see here.
I mean, you saw just how much they went after. You saw just how much they went after Trump whenever he was like, okay, listen, you guys have to give us information you have on Joe Biden, or we're not going to give you this money.
Oh,
they
that's
fucking impeached
corruption.
him over it.
That's corruption. That's treason.
Yeah. Yeah. No. High crimes and misdemeanors, buddy.
The Sandwich Man for 2. Maris and Morning Compost, Biden at +2 or 3. Thoughts? Morning Consult, that fluctuates every other day. Don't look at that. But Maris is just a garbage pollster.
Yeah.
Maris.
Morning Compost is like, no, it sucks. And Maris. Marxist polling is also awful.
Yeah, Maris is way worse, though. Like, they're just bad. They don't even try.
I was gonna say Morning Compost is always somewhat accurate, but Marxist polling is just like, just take whatever result they give and add 5 points to Republicans.
Yeah. Prince right for 2. Gen Z Biden about to piss them off with the TikTok ban. I mean, yeah. But is that gonna motivate them to vote?
It's not about motivating them to vote for Trump. It's about demotivating them to vote for Biden.
Maybe.
Biden cannot win without very, very high youth turnout and a very, very high youth margin. I do think Biden's going to marginally improve with elderly voters just because they're not the same voters that they were. Like a lot of the more conservative ones have just fucking died off at this point. But he still needs a massive margin and a massive turnout.
Yeah, to barely win. Not by like a lot, just like a couple thousand votes.
Oh yeah, just to narrowly win with like 60,000 votes across 5 different states. I mean, that's a hell of a coalition you've got to pull together a second time.
Yeah, and that's why I don't think he's gonna win. It's just like, okay, you could say what you want about Trump's, like, oh, he has convictions and stuff, but the problem is, Biden's re-election hinders on the fact that, hey, he needs perfect turnout with every single demographic, cannot lose any of them, and he has to pray to God that Trump doesn't do even 1 point better with any group. That's his strategy.
What's up?
And
Oh,
hey,
that's right. Because, because that's the thing. There's a reason that Georgia is probably the most likely Biden state to flip back this November, and that's because Biden has to get fucking not just Assad margins. He has to win like 95-5 with black voters,
yeah,
and their turnout
exactly
has to be high, and the polling is not showing that right now. Trump is at like 15% with black voters in Georgia. That is catastrophic in terms of having Biden would have to do 10 points better with whites for that, which is not happening. Herschel Walker didn't even do that bad with whites, and he was a fucking awful candidate.
Explore Barefoot too.
Oh,
Suburban white hoes also hate Trump. Well, yeah, but are they going to really vote in droves again? I don't think so.
Oh, but
I will say a lot of them are yeah, I mean, you also have to remember a lot of them are in the upper income brackets, and they're very upset at Biden for the Inflation Reduction Act because it raised their taxes. Like I've talked to a few who are like Obama, Clinton, Biden voters who are thinking about not voting because because their taxes were raised by the Inflation Reduction Act.
What a great act name, by the way. Inflation Reduction Act. Instead of paying extra in inflation, you just pay more to the government. What a great philosophy.
Yeah, exactly. What's up, guys? So what are you guys talking about? Generally the demographics, the Biden trouble.
So we were just talking a little bit about the how Biden needs everything to go perfectly. We're talking about what's happening in Ukraine, the military advisors pulling up. But I do want to segue, since the other Texas person showed up, to what the fuck Mike Johnson's doing.
I fucking hate Mike Johnson. I didn't even really. Okay, listen. I used to like the guy, right? I even didn't really care that much one way or the other with this recent border shit. But shilling for a guy, like literally going down to his home district and fundraising for a guy who has called multiple members of his party and his own goddamn opponent a neo-Nazi because they're slightly more conservative than him on the border and other issues is just fucking insane to me. There is no reason for that.
Didn't Madison Concord get kicked out of class?
And also, he's also refusing to protect the Freedom Caucus chair, Bob Good.
Freaking loser. Unbelievable.
That's insane. I think the House Speaker should, in general, I understand if you're not wanting to campaign against one of your members, but you are under no obligation to go down, fundraise, and shill for a guy that is that awful, especially when you won't extend the same courtesy to somebody like Bob Good, who is just letting him cry.
Yeah, like Tony Gonzalez, by the way, is one of the absolute worst like Republican members.
Oh,
of Congress.
easy.
Like,
Top 5.
Bottom
awful. 5. Bottom 3.
I mean, now that like Kinzinger,
he pretends to be conservative. Every time he goes to Fox News, he's like, "Oh man, the border. Here I am with Elon Musk talking about the border. Here I am talking about the border." And you know what he does? He doesn't sign on to the legislation. He doesn't sign on to the letter that Greg Abbott had whenever he was putting up barbed wire. Like he's such a two-faced fucking snake because he pretends to be conservative on Fox News, and then his voting record is gun control, amnesty, bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, Tony Gonzalez is more insidious than like I don't know, Liz Cheney or Kinzinger or definitely somebody like Fitzpatrick, even because he pretends to be like right wing while blatantly not being right wing at all.
At least Liz Cheney was pretty open about the fact that she was a fucking Democrat on everything. Like,
yeah.
Like, at least Liz Cheney was like, yes, I hate Donald Trump. I hate you. If you support Donald Trump, you're a bad person. Whatever. It made it very, very easy to get rid of her. Now, Tony Gonzalez pretends to be a Trump guy. He pretends to be conservative. He pretends to be, a tough border, anti-amnesty, fucking MAGA Trump Republican, when he's honestly he's worse than Fitzpatrick, honestly. He's got a worse voting record.
No, much worse. Fitzpatrick is honest about what he is.
Well, he's a model from Philly.
I like Fitzpatrick.
And also, Fitzpatrick is from a Biden +7 district.
From Philly. Yeah. What do you expect?
Yeah, look, I like Fitzpatrick. I don't like Gonzalez, but I have very good justification for this because one is honest and one is from a blue district. The other is from a red turning district and is like fundamentally dishonest about who he is.
It's Trump +9. Right trending as a very favorable down ballot. Well, Gonzalez had an independent primary.
You're cutting out. All right, we got a quick super chat to read while he fixes that. Prince is right for 5. If you want proof of them trying to stop Trump, may assign the pact to award their electoral votes to their popular vote winner and not the state winner. I saw that. But that's
I don't think that's supposed to go into effect until 28, and by then it could even get struck down by the Supreme
Well, at
Court.
that point,
The
it's not.
Supreme Court would strike down the interstate compact, and I mean the interstate compact is never going to have enough states to do it because Republicans are eventually going to take control of some of those states and they're just going to repeal it while other states may implement it.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's just not going to happen. But yeah, the whole thing with this Tony Gonzalez stuff, I mean, didn't Madison Cawthorn say less than he got thrown out for it? He said way less.
So
all he said was that most of the members of the House do like cocaine and like orgies and stuff like that.
Yeah, he says that and he gets like thrown out and banished. But this guy calls his fellow congressman and his opponent a neo-Nazi. And is he a freaking Hispanic? We call him a white supremacist, a neo-Nazi?
Hawthorne actually got kicked out for a little more than just that.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what started. That's where they found the video from. That's where they mysteriously leaked. It's just one of those things where it's unbelievable. And these are the principal people. Like, oh, I want principles. I'm Tony Gonzalez. I support principles. And he says crap like that. I'm a fellow Republican. 2 of them. Just because of vote? He's a neo-Nazi because of it?
Yeah, it's insane. It was insane. What he said. Yeah, I mean, I have no words. I was gonna say something else, but I forgot.
Bruh. Let's go here. Everyone donate to Brandon Herrera. I think he could win, by the way. I really think that Herrera could pull it off.
I think after yesterday, he can probably win without the Trump endorsement. I mean, he'll still need it if he wants to have like a guaranteed shot of winning, but he might be able to like narrowly pull it off.
Didn't Herrera, like, I don't know if it was a joke. I'm assuming it was just some kind of joke, but he made like an edgy joke about like Barron Trump, so that could like turn off Trump from endorsing either candidate.
I think Gonzalez. I don't think he's not going to endorse Gonzalez.
Yeah,
I think he can already plainly see that the base.
I remember what I was going to say. So that district, which is, I think it's stretches from the suburbs of El Paso, the suburbs of San Antonio to the edge of like parts of El Paso, the 23rd. It's always had a history of electing terrible Republicans. Because before Tony Gonzalez, there was Will Hurd, who's just as bad. Yeah, although worse than Gonzalez. I think they're both bad. But one
Biden.
Will Hurd is
really
bad.
Did Will Hurd?
I think Biden last time, but I could be wrong.
Will Hurd is awful.
They're both terrible.
Worse.
And then I know the guy before the Republican that was in office before Will Hurd. I mean, there was a Democrat, but before that it was Quico Canseco. I don't know much about him, but he seems to be the most conservative.
What?
That the district's had. The guy before the Republican that was in office before Hurd was Quico Canseco.
The fact that that's your most conservative guy.
I mean, he supported that Arizona immigration law back in 2010 that went to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's still like a Trump that you still should have a way more conservative guy there, but it's, I guess, better than nothing. But the fact that you have had Will Hurd and then Alex Gonzalez or Tony Gonzalez in the same district back to back is pathetic. It's beyond pathetic. And really, I think Mike Johnson should be thrown out for this. If you don't support it beforehand, you should support it now. He's openly backing a congressman in his own caucus that called 2 of his fellow members neo-Nazis, said Matt Gaetz had sex with an underage woman. It's like, why support him? The day after, he announced it. It's one thing if it was like 3 months ago, but the day after, then you announce, oh yeah, I'm going to campaign for this guy.
It does kind of show how, like, Mike Johnson isn't afraid of the Freedom Caucus and, like, doesn't really care what they have to say.
And the thing is, that's what got him in the speakership, the House Freedom Caucus.
To be honest, the Freedom Caucus has increasingly less leverage as time goes on,
yeah.
and a lot of that is kind of their fault. But yeah,
Man Milk for 2. How many singles, doubles, etc. issue voters are in the GOP? I think like half the party is like their whole issue is like immigration or something, or guns. I would say it's about half. Rap, I think. Oh, hold on. What do you think the Trump base will have any energy it had in 2016 or even 2020? And it's hard to see things like the Trump boat and truck convoys happening like last time. Well, all Trump has to do is just not lose a lot of voters. That's all he has to do when he wins. Just gain as much as you can for Biden and hope he collapses.
I mean, in the position he's in right now, he doesn't have to necessarily win anyone over at this point because he's already leading in everything.
Yeah, and Biden's the one that has to make up ground now. Now he's openly admitting, this was the whole part of this whole thing, the stream. He's openly admitting, his campaign at least, is they have a problem with Hispanics. It's getting so bad that they're going to put a lot of money towards winning Hispanic voters. Not just to shore up support, but outright, they're panicking about it. They're going to, Univision, ESPN Deportes, etc. Doesn't sound like it's a fluke that, the Trump isn't gaining with Hispanics and that this is just a, fluke, they're going to vote for him. That doesn't sound like that. This sounds like, oh crap, we have a problem.
Hola, mi Latinx amigos, vote for Biden or else your dad will be deported.
Remember that.
I mean, that is something that Biden has dropped. If you look at his 2020 campaign stuff, he used the term Latinx, but now he's using the term Latino.
Bro.
Oh yeah, because if he used Latinx, it'd be completely
No, they
done.
replaced Latinx. It's like Latine or something. It means 20.
Well, Latino. Well, that's a whole other thing. That's like I think that's just some article. I don't think anyone's gonna.
Well, that's for Axios. So someone wrote that there. Prince is ready for 5. Another Texas district to watch is District 12. John O'Shea, a MAGA candidate who's running against a state senator who voted to impeach Paxton. I hope he wins, but I doubt it.
He's not. I think a lot of if a lot of the energy is behind Herrera, which is good. I think Goldman's such a humongous fundraiser. I don't see any chance for O'Shea. Trump would basically have. I don't think there's any way O'Shea survives without a Trump endorsement.
I don't think he does. I think it's just too risky for Trump. And that's one problem with him. He cares so much for that
probably
damn
won't
endorsement record.
I don't think he'll endorse Goldman either, because it might cause a bad relation with Paxton.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Oh yeah, Trump made I don't know if you saw this, but Trump made a statement on Mike Johnson.
Wait, what?
He said, "Well, look, I posted it in the chat. It says, well, look, we have a majority of one. Okay, it's not like he can go and do whatever he wants to do. I think he's a very good person. He stood, very strongly with me on NATO. I think he's trying very hard." That was a statement that
Trump, what the hell is this?
Barris even said that Trump might lose re-election if he doesn't.
I wouldn't go. Okay, I think I just Barris like dooming or something.
Like standing up for Johnson, like standing up to Johnson.
I don't think the average voter cares that much about Mike Johnson, to be honest with you.
I don't like this idea that he's just defending him like this. Listen, I understand, like, again, the whole argument that he has a 1-seat majority, he has to try his best, fine. But don't just give up everything related to the border just for freaking for aid. They gave up the border and now they have nothing. They're gonna get nothing out of giving Ukraine what, 60 billion? How much is it?
It was around 60, I think. It was like 60 for Ukraine, 20 something for Israel, and 8 I think for Taiwan.
What's with the whole military advisors thing? Like, are they sending all those like transgenders and whatnot?
No, apparently they're sending like actual military advisors.
Yeah, but who's our military advisors in the? I mean, aren't the transgenders already advising our military? To be fair,
who freaking knows? At this point in time, it's like a shit show. You don't know. You gotta guess. Alright, so, let's see. Should we talk about the Blake Masters stuff real quick? I actually wanted to bring this up. Did any of you guys see this?
Oh, this is the holiday campaign, that disaster.
Yeah, so this is what their campaign is now. Remember the hissy fit that Abe Hamadeh and his supporters said when Masters attacked him? Now he's insulting him. This is
Oh
what he
yeah, I
said
think I
on his
saw that.
war room. This is not a man who looks healthy on the campaign trail. Maybe it's a guilty conscience from abandoning the people of Arizona and then running a smear campaign against a friend he spent 3 months campaigning alongside. I thought that this is immoral and you shouldn't do that. Oh, I thought that that's illegal and that's too far. I thought that they argued that for months. The Blake Masters campaign was dirty and that, oh, you can't smear people like that. They just smeared him. They said he's not healthy. And the funny thing is, they got ratioed so badly on the original tweet, they deleted it, remade it like 2 hours later, and it's about to get ratioed again.
The Hamadeh campaign, I thought Hamadeh, after the Trump endorsement, was going to run away with the primary, but his campaign's actually been really terrible. And he's not raising as much money as you'd think he would, so I think Hamadeh could have.
He's raising nothing. And he went to Mar-a-Lago for fundraiser. He raised nothing.
I thought that. Okay, so go ahead.
No, I was gonna say also this picture of Blake Masters doesn't even look like particularly unhealthy. He just looks like tired.
Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, it's a long day.
A lot of people, like, I feel like this is an online thing, but a lot of people like share, like, out of context or bad images of people. But the thing is the average person, like, is not a Giga Chad. The average person, can look kind of ugly or kind of a little chubby at times, and it's fine. The average person is not fucking Brad Pitt.
And there are some weird photos. Like there's like this one old. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. There's this one old photo of Blake Masters like flexing his arm in the mirror with a 2000 Xeric phone camera.
Yeah, that was a whole meme. But like, this is not going to win a campaign. Masters are talking about issues, and you guys think what?
Okay, I do think it's quite funny that Abe Hamadeh is trying to win a campaign with an electorate that is probably close to majority elderly by insulting somebody for how they look and how they may be sick.
Yeah. That's a strategy. And his advertisement might be the worst thing ever. It's just stock footage. It's nothing unique. It's just, he was in the military. Blake Masters a rhino. Vote for Abe Hamadeh. That's his campaign right now.
Literally, all you have to do is say, hey, Abe Hamadeh is an Islamic fundamentalist. And his parents were illegals, and he voted for Obama illegally through his mother.
Yeah, and Masters' campaign's doing that. He's actually campaigning. It's like the Carrie Lake thing. I don't know what her campaign's doing either. She's not in Arizona. I don't get what these two clowns are doing. I'm saying mostly Abe Hamadeh's.
You want my honest opinion about Carrie Lake?
What?
I think she's gearing up for a future presidential run, whether she wins or loses.
Could you imagine losing the governor race and then a senator seat from a far left progressive, and then having the gall to run for president afterwards?
Richard Nixon did.
I feel like that's what. Well, I mean, Nixon was VP, and he was also, I think, former senator or governor, something like that.
Yeah, Nixon was senator, vice president, lost one presidential election, lost a governor election. He gave up on politics and then came back. That's different from Carrie Lake.
I know.
She's running for every office imaginable.
Nixon was like honestly probably one of the smartest presidents we've ever had, along with like Jefferson and maybe John Quincy Adams.
Yeah, he was.
It will probably be more comparable to Beto's run in 2020, where like he loses a Senate race and then he decides to run based on losing a Senate race.
Pale for two. If anything, it proves that Blake is working hard. Yeah, Masters actually campaigning. He's just doing 5 stops a day, campaign the district. Abe Hamadeh spent more time in Mar-a-Lago, grifting off of boomers, and yet he can't do that properly. I'm baffled that people think that Abe Hamadeh is going to win for sure. I mean, yes, the Trump endorsement's strong, but if you're lazy and like you're not even trying, you're not going to win.
Just ask Mo Brooks.
Yeah, Mo Brooks, that's his fault. That's his fault for doing that. He would have won that if he actually campaigned. I know that the establishment, funded Katie Britt, but still. Yeah, and like he attacked Masters for surrendering to the swamp because he was endorsed by Mike Pence. What?
Conductor, we have a problem. Conductor, we have a problem. Conductor,
Tyrone joined. Oh, good lord.
we have a problem. Conductor, we have a problem. Conductor,
Okay,
we have a
stop.
problem.
Okay,
Conductor, we have a
Tyrone.
problem. Hi, guys.
So, welcome. So, we were just talking about the Abe Hamadeh campaign being a disaster because now they're attacking Blake Masters for...
Oh, yeah, he's a Muslim.
Okay. You're already getting muted if you're going to continue with that.
No, I said
Didn't he,
nothing wrong. I said
wait,
nothing wrong. I've
Well-
done nothing wrong.
I have a question about Hamadeh. Isn't he like a Syrian Christian, or did he convert to Christianity?
No.
No, he's
I mean-
Druze.
He's Druze?
Yeah, he's Druze.
Druze, isn't that a Lebanese thing? But okay.
It's like it's an Abrahamic religion, but it's not. It's like a mix of Islam and Christianity, but it's neither.
They're Muslims who believe in the Trinity, and their chief prophet is John the Baptist.
That's a very interesting.
They also believe in like dualism and other weird shit.
Let's see.
You know that for a fact, Tyrone?
Yes, because I have researched it quite a bit too.
Well, have you researched that?
People are kind
Back
of.
in 10th and 11th grade, my history teacher had a my history teacher had a minor in Islamic and Middle Eastern studies, and she taught me everything that she knew, basically. Because I would always spend like 40 minutes hanging out in her room between lunch periods.
Let's see here. Prince Right for 5. I like your rap, but if Lake won, I feel like you'd still go like, well, this is guaranteed Democrat win in 2030, lol. Well, no, listen. I just think Carrie Lake is not going to win. And if she does win, I just don't know if she's going to hold because of trends in Arizona. That's what I'm saying. Man Milk for 2. Haley / Cox a far-right ticket they should support.
The woke mob.
The woke mob.
Anyways,
woke mob
okay, I'd leave for a quick second. Are we still talking about Arizona or no?
Yeah, I have a quick
Okay.
super chat. Comrade Douchkin for 2. Masters has raised way more money than Abe. Well, to be fair, he did self-fund a little bit, but yeah, he's raised quite a bit, considering.
Also, hey, what's up,
Hamadeh's? Hello, Tyrone. Hamadeh's.
Oh, by the way, I'm gonna be in town. I'm gonna be in CStat in a couple weeks. So,
can you guys talk about this after the stream?
Yeah, just DM it to me real quick. What I will say about Abe Hamadeh, his fundraising numbers are absolutely atrocious. It's all going to consultants and outside groups that are doing nothing for him.
Classic.
I wasn't fucking joking last stream when I said he's literally just the next Kim Klacik.
He is.
Yeah, no, he's awful. Okay, and here's the thing. I've heard from people. Trump is trying to find a way to get rid of his endorsement. Like he may not endorse Blake Masters, but I know he's trying to get out of endorsing Hamadeh, just like he did to Mo Brooks after his awful campaign for Senate.
I don't think he'll endorse Masters because Masters has a history of getting the Trump endorsement and fucking losing.
Does once
a race. But the thing is, Trump is Trump, and
so was Abe Hamas. Okay, Abe Hamas also got endorsed by Trump and then lost.
But the Secretary of State, but the Secretary of State election was much lower profile than the Senate election.
I thought you were going to say something.
Dude,
else.
come on! No, I'm not going to fucking mention that. I'm comparing races and visibility here, right? No, I haven't had enough alcohol tonight to get started on that. And I'm not drinking alcohol, even though I'm driving right now. Just to be clear, don't drink and drive, chat.
Don't do it in public where cops can arrest you.
Don't.
Do it
No, don't. Yeah. Stop. Just stop. Right
do it
there.
in rural areas.
No, stop. Okay. Pale for 2. Don't eat Islamists running our nation. No offense. I'm not gonna answer that.
I don't even consider Druze to be Muslims because they have like a weird shit going on with the Holy Trinity, and they also believe in shit like reincarnation that they got from Zoroastrianism and Buddhism, and it's just all very, bro, what the fuck do you believe in, sort of thing.
Okay,
but I'm pretty sure the Druze are like more of like they're more aligned toward, I'm pretty sure, Israel than any of the Arab states in the region.
Okay, who compared Hamadeh to Klacik?
Everyone chill out.
Me.
Okay, here's the thing about that comparison. At least Hamadeh could actually win a general election in his district.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, if
I was going to say yes. Hamadeh will win if he's the nominee, but it's going to be a little bit closer than I'd like it to be.
Yeah.
I think the Republican will win. It's just a matter of which Republican, and obviously we need the good Republican who's based.
Yeah, so I think
Yeah,
that we're
and-
gonna see. But I think I did hear the same thing. No, Tyrone. Was it Ye? Did you hear about the?
It was myself.
Yeah, I thought it was, sorry, it was Tyrone for a second. But yeah, so I did hear about that also, that Trump's trying to get out of the endorsement. Because it's so bad. It's like, you can't fundraise even at Mar-a-Lago? They're that huge fundraiser? He raised nothing! He got nothing out of it!
Can he still
It's-
keep the endorsement because of Carrie Lake? Because Carrie Lake is still supporting
Yeah,
Hamadeh.
Carrie Lake's the only reason he got that endorsement.
Well, no, it was also because I think Yeet had said this, and I joked about it at the time, but I think it was actually true. Trump was trying to boost his numbers with Muslims, so he endorsed Abe Hamasday, and
because
now
that
he's
shit-
regretting it.
Yeah, no, because all that shit had shortly happened after
That
all
makes-
the Islamophobic backlash. Which I mean, I don't know why someone would need to be afraid of a Muslim, but
Oh, it wasn't that also after October 7th?
Right
Yeah.
after. Like a day after, or something crazy. Prince
There you
Speaking
go.
of, October 7th is the date I ship out to Army basic training. So you guys will have me for a year, but I will not be here on election night.
No,
It's over.
hell, we
It's
lost.
over.
It's just
I'll have me
over.
go.
Prince Ryan for
It's
2.
unbelievable.
Would you vote for an atheist Republican?
No.
Depends.
I don't even think an atheist Republican would win.
Yeah, I don't think
Atheist
so.
Republicans, when you, I wouldn't vote for an atheist Republican because they won't say "So help me God" when being sworn into office.
Well, yeah,
What
like
do they
maybe when
say?
it's like, oh, like I'm slightly agnostic, or like I'm not religious. I think that's different. If you're like an outright atheist,
Yeah,
then no.
that's yeah. If you're talking like I don't know what's out there, but
I'll vote. I'll vote for like one of those. I'll vote for like one of those lower functioning worldviews. Like, oh yeah, no, like I believe in God, but like I'm agnostic. I don't know which one is the right one, bro. I just respect other people's religions, freedom of religion, stuff like that. Like I'll accept that kind of shit because that's basically what Trump is. But like if it's like an outright atheist, it's like, yeah, I don't believe in God. No, get out of here.
Prince is right for 2. Trump is talking about Bergam a lot on Truth. VP, no, he'd be like Secretary of like Energy or something.
I'd say he's Secretary of Energy. I would fucking bet money on it at
Yeah,
this point.
Okay, what is it? What is it with like people being nominated to Secretary of Energy and them always having like the most stereotypical old white nerd look imaginable? Because look, think about it. Like Doug Burgum, Rick Perry. Like, am I the only one who's noticed that very weird trend?
And they're from like deep red states, like R
Yeah.
plus 80.
Oh, you're talking about nerds. I mean, so is the current one, Jennifer Granholm.
Yeah, she's got glasses and she looks like a femcel nerd.
So true.
Comrade Doshkin for 2. How right-wing will the Republican caucus be next year? That's kind of hard to say because, what do you mean by right-wing?
Probably about the
Like,
same.
are you talking like more like Matt Gaetz types, or are you talking about just like more Republicans? There's like a distinction there.
I mean, I think you will see a bit more of a shift towards MAGA. I don't think it'll be that big of a shift, but
There's more
old incumbents that
moderates
are
are
going to go in.
Yeah, a lot of the moderates are retiring. If Johnson gets ousted, more are going to just start to outright resign. So it's probably going to be. I mean, I think each successive Congress for a little while is going to have more MAGA Republicans in it as moderates retire and are replaced by more MAGA-aligned Republicans.
A glitch.
Or their districts are just like, because it's like the quote-unquote moderate Republicans are either going to retire and more MAGA Republicans are going to get elected, or it's just going to be Democrats who fill in that void.
Which not much is going to change at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glitch Evie for 5. I have a reason to be afraid of a Muslim, but I doubt you will let me tell you why. Okay. Don't. Obviously a joke. Obviously a joke. Surely.
YouTube, for all intents and purposes, this is a joke.
Let's see here.
Help!
Good lord, stop. Rap, is Robinson screwed or not? Don't list that freaking poll that came out today. It was the same pollster that had like
You people
anyway.
fall for the same shit every time.
Yeah.
Every single fucking time some dim biased poll comes out. Oh, is Mark Robinson in trouble? No, he's not in trouble. Shut the fuck up and sit down. Mark Robinson is gonna win the election. Shut the fuck
I
up.
love
I'm
your
sick of
passion,
hearing
dude.
I
about
love your
motherfuckers.
passion. I love your passion, Mark Robinson.
The based black man is going to win.
Oh
Well,
my
it's
What's
Exactly.
the plan?
Trust
Big
me.
Based
dude,
black
I will
man.
evil
say,
state.
don't underestimate the mental stupidity of Republicans.
That's true.
They'll say something like, "Oh, I'm Mark Robinson is newsy, so I'm going to vote for a far left Democrat."
Which is funny
principle."
because he shills for Israel so fucking hard on his Twitter account at this point. It's
Well,
like,
I mean, honestly,
Yeah,
you could have
it's
just said
kind of a
don't.
massive one,
You could have
but-
said don't count on the retardation of North Carolinians, and it would have been the same effect.
So
Yeah.
true.
Let's see here. Prince Right for 5. In a primary between a MAGA atheist and a Christian Rhino, who you voting for? I just wouldn't vote. Well, again, like
I mean, here's the thing: the new right in America is going to be slightly less religious. It's just kind of how that functions, and
Slightly.
as long as, I mean, okay, I said slightly because I mean, yeah, no, they're going to be a lot more atheist because they're just not as religious in general, but they're also just going to be more conservative in general. So I'm willing to accept that because the other option is we get Tony Gonzalez in 20 different House seats.
base.
Yeah, I agree with what Ye said. I think there's a distinction between being non-religious
I'm
and
listening to the stream right now. I just really fucking yelled loud. I'm sorry, guys. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say there's a distinction between just being like not super religious and being like an atheist. I will say that.
Yeah, if you're like saying like, oh yeah, I don't know what I believe in, that's one thing. But to say like, oh yeah, there's no God, it's all scams.
Well, that's just called being agnostic versus being atheist.
Yeah.
I would not vote for an atheist Republican. I would vote for an agnostic one.
Yeah.
Okay, like the thing is, most people need to understand
Thank
the
you.
most insufferable fucking people on the face of the planet.
This is true.
Wait, did you say thank you as in like my commentary is bad
no.
or is my connection bad?
Your connection died for a second, but you're back. You're fine. You're fine.
Ah!
You're fine. Let's see.
Help me, so true. So true. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, no, like I think like I've only ever met two atheists in my life. Which is inherently a left-leaning ideal because in order to be right and believe in shit like tradition, you have to believe in some form of a god or higher power. But I've only met two atheists in my life that were right-wing. One of them ended up becoming the left wing, and the other one is literally a severely autistic Russian with cerebral palsy who never shuts the fuck up about like Nietzsche and Kant and German ideals. And he was like, hey guys, I think I am sexually attracted to women. And we said, you're the first dude we've ever met to come out of the closet as straight.
This entire fucking...
By the way, you know who it is. Yay, it's the Russian in my server.
I've heard of him. I've never interacted with him, but I've heard of him.
Comrade Doshkin for 2. Ukraine is cooked by next year. Yeah, I agree. They're gonna lose no matter what, I think.
Yeah, cook that pig. Slice up that pork.
Pale for 2. Mark Robinson shilling for Israel or Josh Stein? He's Israel. Let's see here. Rap, would you rather have Muslim Republican or atheist Republican as president?
Okay, that's a genuinely hard question.
Atheist, and it isn't even close.
Like, yeah, no, on. See, the thing is, so like, here's the thing, right? Atheism is a religion. Being like Muslims are a civilization. Like, you can be an atheist Westerner. You cannot be a Muslim Westerner because Islam, at its very core, is a civilization in of itself. Because much like how the West has been influenced by Christian laws and like Greco-Roman laws and Christian morality, Islam has been it is literally baked into the Quran, telling you how to run telling you how to run a state. Like they literally that's why they have wadiths and why they have emirs, because the heads of the faith are also the heads of state in a lot of historical Islamic societies. And even to this day, in states like Malaysia or Brunei or like Jordan, the head of the government, nominally the monarch, is also typically the head of the faith in the country. So, yeah, no, I think Tubbs is right. I'd rather have an atheist Republican because an atheist Republican, that's just a shitty religious pick. Islam is an entirely different fucking civilization.
Say about him.
Prince
Fuck
Right
your
for
Oh,
phone.
yeah.
Everyone's thoughts on Trump going after the LGBT vote with Melania teaming up with the log cabin Republicans and Rick Grinnell reach out to gay groups. I think that's dumb and a waste of time.
I think it's retarded. Yeah,
It's not. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. They're naturally shifting right. I don't. And honestly, they're not. Their vote is not worth the money we're pouring into it.
Pale for 5. Well, I meant which one is
Just
shilling for Israel,
donated
but
to
I'm
the-
happy Mark Robinson is being vocal with supporting Israel because of the Holocaust comments or whatever. Well, yeah, he's shilling for Israel, but the whole that stuff we're not going to talk. But that was always out of
And
control.
here's the thing. I don't really
Okay,
care
hold on,
about him
real
shilling for
quickly,
Israel because he
real
lives in
quickly,
fucking
hold on.
North Carolina. It's so evangelical. He has to shill for Israel. Like, I
Yeah.
don't care.
Also, regarding the log cabin Republicans, I just donated to LGBTQ. I hope they find a cure soon.
Thank you.
Okay,
For sure.
you got to chill out.
Rick Grinnell is, well, I'm going to call him Gay Grinnell, but he's probably going to
Gay
be in the Trump
Grinnell.
administration.
All right.
Grinnell is so bad. Yeah.
Yeah, no. The thing with the gay vote is shifting right. It shifted hard to the right from 2016 to 2020. I don't think it's going to move as hard just because the Republicans are a little bit more culture war lately, which I'm not going to complain about that. But
I
there
mean,
is
like,
no
literally-
point. There is no
literally
point in
every
putting money into
right-winger-
that.
Yeah, no, literally, like every right winger in this server except Yeet is against culture. Like Yeet. Yeah, no, like everyone but Yeet. That's like a right winger in this server. It's like a religious Christian. We're not gonna fucking complain about culture war stuff too much. So.
Yeah.
All right. If anyone got any more super chats, any more questions, concerns, comments, begin sending them now. Last
Did you hear
calls.
about what happened today?
What?
Neither did I. Hold on. Let's look up news today online.
Really? Oh yeah. Do you hear what happened today? Oh, neither did I.
Oh, come on. I want to keep talking. I wasn't here for like 30, 40 minutes because I was busy doing something.
Okay, we'll go a little bit longer.
Okay, political demon in the chat says MAGA furry versus Crenshaw combat veteran.
For some reason, right-wing furries tend to just be like the most extreme motherfuckers ever, and I kind
Oh
of.
my god. Okay, I need to tell you about the time. Okay, I need to tell you about the independent fundamentalist Baptist furry at my school.
Oh god, here we go.
Oh no, what?
Yeah, he was an Italian from Virginia. He was gay. He would do LSD in the bathrooms, and he had a fursuit. But like, he also had Trump 2020 and Trump 2016 stuff on his backpack, and like, he would okay. Imagine being me, and you had your classmate for the entirety of your English, but will stop doing that shit the moment the teacher says something remotely bashing Christianity, in which case he fucking whips his King James Bible out and says that she's a heretic. I hate the city of Austin!
This is.
Where did you get the sound effect from? Okay.
Oh my god.
It's on the soundboard.
Muting this.
I am in hell! I am in hell!
Oh my goodness.
Austin, Texas
I just
is
found
hell.
it.
Oh my goodness. I can't stop laughing. Tyrell, what the hell are you into? Just Austin. That's all you gotta say.
Where are you from, Austin?
Austin.
Pale for 2. I'm from North Carolina. Most support Israel 100%. Yeah, that's why it's gonna happen. Austin the American for 2. Hey, Rap, who's the most mid VP Trump could pick? Stefanik.
Are we talking looks-wise or
No,
like
policy.
policy-wise?
You.
Because I was
I
gonna
would
say,
say
if he picks,
One
because
would
like
probably still be Stefanik. And
like
no,
the-
by the way, nobody's not going to be
Alright,
VP
you're
anymore.
Tyrone, you better just stop there, please.
I
I'm
would
kidding.
say
You're done.
Tyrone, just
arguably
stop.
so.
You gotta stop.
Oh, come on! Also, I've told you don't mute me like that as a joke. It's annoying.
Fine. Alright, it's the Austin moment.
But Nancy Mace is pretty hot. I'm
Okay,
not gonna
okay,
lie.
dude, you're about to get kicked out of the stream.
Okay, fine. Rap won't let me post on mic. Free
Oh,
Tyrone.
Free Tyrone. Alright.
All right, say it with me, chat. Free Tyrone. Put those trans flags in the comments.
Stop. Just, they already started.
Bro.
It already started.
Did you guys hear about the what was his name? Michael Avenatti is testifying in the Trump case in New York.
Yeah.
I had heard about that. Yes.
Real.
Why do we want
remember
Michael Avenatti testifying?
For the
why is he
memes.
testifying? Why is he testifying?
He wants a
for Trump?
pardon. That's all he cares about.
Yeah, I remember I remember people were saying he was going to run for president back in like 2019.
So true.
Or from jail?
Mhm.
Michael
Michael
Avenatti.
Avenatti or Avenatti. I'm sorry. If to anybody offended by me butchering his last name, is such a like 2017, 2018 meme. He's like one of those figures that, Zoomers and older, and I guess some millennials are gonna be like in 10, 15 years time. Is like, or 20 years time. Remember Michael Avenatti, and
Now he's a
to like,
Republican.
yeah,
Literally.
Tyrone, you cut out.
Help!
help me.
Okay, I think I'm gonna cut the stream. Alright.
Help!
Okay, last call
There
for
we
any
go.
super
Is
chats.
this better?
It's better. Alright, last
Speaking
call
of
for any
Avenatti
super
running
chats.
for president, by the way, I don't know if y'all heard, but apparently Prince Harry announced his British citizenship,
Wait, he did?
or announced his citizenship, something like that.
Imagine fumbling that hard. You were the Prince of England, and like you decided, nah.
Which I don't know.
Imagine
It probably
fumbling
means that
your-
his Instagram loving bitch wife is going to run for president in 2028.
She landslide, but
She wouldn't win. I mean, they're gonna like there's a lot of Democrats already preparing their runs. Like, I mean, Harris, Newsom, Whitmer. I've even seen like some things about like Bashir, like Chris Murphy, or various other Democrats that are preparing their runs. So,
let's see here. Do you think Trump?
What
will win
about John
Minnesota?
Ossoff?
John Ossoff's not going to run. He's a freshman senator. He's not going to
John
run.
Ossoff has to win re-election in 2026.
If he wins, maybe. All right. Last call.
I
for any
mean,
super
to be
chats,
fair,
man.
he's probably gonna. I mean, like, to be fair with Ossoff, the only person he has serious competition against is Brian Kemp, who's not doing so hot anymore.
Brian Kemp
Speaking
is
of which,
there.
I want to check out the new governor polls that came out for approval ratings.
Oh, those suck.
Oh yeah, Kemp is at plus 31. Goddamn.
Those
He's
suck.
very, very popular, yes.
All right.
Anyways, from the Rio to the Colorado, Tyrone will be free.
Real.
No, yeah, from the Rio to the sea.
From there's no
break-
sea.
From the red. No,
Hey, is this someone fact check this? Breaking Trump
from
case.
the Rio to the Red River.
Tyrone, you are.
no.
Anyways,
Trump judge may hold former president in contempt of court, a maximum penalty of 364 days in jail. I don't believe that. I mean, it could happen.
the judge will massive resist slip anyways.
It could happen, but I don't think it will.
Well, no, your chat is not spitting bullshit for once.
Wait, what? Send this.
Prosecutors say Trump violated his gag order 10 times. The judge is finally set to weigh in tomorrow.
Oh boy,
There's a Tuesday hearing. There's a Tuesday hearing.
Wait, actually, I haven't seen anything about
that.
Like to be in jail or something.
Okay, this Tyrone, fix the internet.
From the Rio to the sea, these nuts will be
This
free,
broke
so true.
Lord. This broke just a couple days ago, or hours ago, I should say. Yeah, so they're trying to get him to be held in contempt of court. If Murch agrees that Trump has defied the gag order, he'll then face the thorny question of what to do about it. His options range from a sternly worded warning to a modest fine to a short stint in jail. Some former prosecutors said they expect Murch to be lenient, but they also know that the situation is fluid, unpredictable, and it goes without saying unprecedented. Honestly, just throw him in jail, see what happens. Go ahead.
This is insane.
Can you just imagine for a second, like, oh yes, we're gonna throw this guy in contempt of court because the jury's filled with never Trumpers, the judge that never Trumper, the prosecutors are never Trumper, everyone's a never Trumper, and they're gonna throw him in jail for contempt of court for saying that, for having the right to freedom of speech. Unfreaking believable. I just throw him in jail at this point. I want to like, what would happen in that situation though? If he gets thrown in jail.
The Supreme Court overturns it 9-0 and he's back on the campaign trail. Like, I don't think people understand. Listen, this might have been a problem, right? If Trump did not flip the Supreme Court. But he does control the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about this because the Supreme Court, all they have to do is slap this judge's nuts and say, fuck you. and all of a sudden we're back to normal.
That
Juror Truth will save the country. Is that the flip flop boomer or not the flip flop?
No,
boomer?
well that's the one that gets their news from
Flip phone.
Truth Social.
Oh yeah, that and the
Yeah,
flip
but
phone
apparently I
boomer.
think he also gets its news from like Mueller She Wrote or something. So I don't know.
Yeah, so the whole thing with that juror, I think we're looking at a hung jury. Honestly, I
Yeah.
don't think we're getting a conviction.
You know,
And if
the
we
whole-
are,
that juror's used because that juror only gets news from Truth Social and Twitter. Like they're obvious. I think it's pretty
Based.
obvious they're conservative, and that
Speaking
juror's
of
probably
which,
going to make it a hung jury.
I got some breaking news here.
What?
Murder trial for George Allen Kelly, the Arizona rancher who fatally shot a legal alien on his property in 2023, ends in mistrial.
Yay!
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah, wasn't the case where the guy like
No.
got like the illegal like stumbled on his property and like he
there
shot
was
him?
quite literally, if you guys know the video, there was quite literally an illegal in his yard. And he shot him because he was illegal in his yard. And then they put him in jail for murder. Or they fucking tried to.
Let's see. How about Columbia University? That's a shit show. What's happening there? Columbia
Yeah, I mean,
University is a mess.
What's happening with
well, see,
Columbia University?
there were pro Palestine protests there that devolved into pro Hamas protests, and now they're saying stuff like free Hamas prisoners, like
Yeah, now
and
they
they're
want.
saying they're gonna like kill Israeli soldiers.
They were
and stuff like
chanting
that.
for a one-state solution, and something about the Free Palestine protests or Free Hamas
Well, they
protests.
weren't chanting they weren't chanting just anyone.
wait,
It was a
free-
one-state Palestinian solution.
Wait, free hummus? Man, that doesn't sound bad. I can go for some free hummus right now.
It's Hamas, sir.
By the way, guys, this is a preview for what's
It's
going to
not
happen in
hummus,
Chicago during the
it's
DNC.
Yeah, the DNC is
Yeah.
gonna be I can't wait for
I-
that.
Like,
It's
Guys,
probably gonna be more.
I hate to interrupt you. I hate to interrupt you on this, but I think it's very important that we take a moment of silence to remember Aaron Bushnell, who stood in solidarity, who lit himself on fire in solidarity with Ukraine.
I actually
I
forgot
think
that
he's-
dude even existed.
Oh
Yeah,
fuck!
yeah.
Didn't another person light themselves on fire recently?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
outside
okay.
the
He
Trump
was
trial.
he
but
was
that
like
guy
an
was
okay.
like
He
a-
was like an actual schizophrenic who said that Trump and Biden were both fascists who were going to coup America. Like he was legitimately
Yeah,
schizophrenic.
he was like saying it was going to be like a cryptocurrency totalitarian dictatorship,
No way,
and that like
no
and that
way.
like Michael, and he was saying that like Michael Dukakis
Yeah,
tied
let's
QAnon.
go.
What do you say, Tyrone?
I said, no way, Trump, Biden, fascist world order, let's go.
Yeah, it's time.
A glitch Evie for 2 illegals in my yard.
Illegals
Where
in my
the
yard.
hell am I, Nas? Where the
Illegals
hell
in
am I,
my
Nasbol
yard.
HQ?
Okay. Enough of that. Okay.
Illegals in my yard.
Okay, anyways, folks, I think we're gonna end the stream here. If you guys have any more super chats, last calls. It was from the
Undocumented immigrants in
This
my
was
yard.
this was a really good stream today. One
This-
of the best ones
This
we've
was
ever
a
had.
mess.
This was definitely one of the streams of all
This
time.
was
To
a
be honest with
stream.
you.
So okay, last
It
call
was
super
one of the
chats.
most entertaining ones.
Between this stream and last stream, this was pretty. The past couple streams have been pretty fun.
Okay, let's see. I've only heard people reference Bushnell to mock him. Honestly, I've heard a time feeling bad for him.
Well, here's the thing. He was like
my
he
favorite-
was like an anti-white, anti-American, like he was legitimately like just like an
Schizophrenic.
awful person. And then he lit himself on fire because I don't know. I guess he just felt like doing it. And then
That was
like
a martyr.
I love that shit when people are like, "Oh yeah, rest in peace." He stood in solidarity with the Ukrainian movement.
Yeah, I mean, one thing.
Ukrainians or Palestinians?
No. It was Palestine, but people like to make fun of him by joking that he's so like forgetful. People forget why he even did it in the first place.
Bro.
Yeah.
One thing is that
Yeah, my
one
favorite.
last-
I think my favorite. I know I told this. I know. Okay, I haven't told this to Rap or Tubbs, but I know I've told this to James, Tex, and Ye. My favorite meme. You guys. So if you're unaware, the Texas Panhandle had some bushfire incidents shortly after, like a couple of days after Aaron Bushnell's death. They're like a massive fire caught on outside Amarillo, like 60 miles away from Amarillo, and someone had captioned it. Someone had captured it. Texas Panhandle Aaron Bushnell Memorial.
Bro.
I remember tweeting out after a picture of Aaron Bushnell on fire and tweeting out the words "back," and that was a meme, and a bunch of other people did it first. So I wasn't really original, but I'm
Have you
still
seen
proud
the
of
one? Have you seen the one where it says it's him as a soy jack and it's like I Palestine heart Palestine and he's on fire?
Bro.
Yeah, no, I trans heart Palestine.
All right, I think we're gonna end
Well,
this. I think we're gonna end the stream here. Does anyone have any final thoughts? What was the stream?
It was a really fun stream. I don't know if we talked about politics much, but it was fun, and
It
that's what
was
matters
just
in life.
stupid.
Yeah, it was. I assume it was fun until I joined. Then it became very fun.
Bro. Anyways, folks,
Let me
if you guys
help.
did enjoy the stream, smash the like button down below, subscribe,
Those
share
are
with
the
your
final words
friends.
of Aaron Bushnell.
What? What?
You know what I said.
I didn't hear anything you said. It was like a.
I
I
said those
didn't
are the
hear what
final
you
words
said.
of Aaron Bushnell to help.
Oh, good lord. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next stream, video, wherever you see me from. Godspeed to all of you.